Hey everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel God Would Do It For You. My name is Steven and hope you've been having a great week so far. And what we're going to be talking about today is how God showed me I already had what I needed to turn things around. Now what do you mean? So if you've been keeping up with my videos, you've been seeing that God's been throwing some life at me. He's been allowing some things. He's been testing my faith, seeing how resilient I'm going to be, checking my attitude. And yesterday I was just sitting there and I was like, God, man, you know we need some money. And I'm like, you mean to tell me that with all this knowledge that I have, the things that I've learned, the direction I've chosen in life, all the skills that I've acquired, you mean to tell me that I can't do anything with it to help me generate some income? And this is where the perspective came in. God highlighted the skills that I had. I utilized today's technology to exploit my options, and I have it narrowed down to exactly what can be done to quickly start yielding results. Now, before I get into exactly what that is, we're going to go into the Bible. We're going to go to Matthew chapter 14, and we're going to go down to verse 15. Now, this is the story about Jesus feeding the multitude, the 5,000 with the 5 loaves and the 2 fish. And how this is why the Bible is as great as it is. No matter what your belief as far as the stories are or anything, if you just look at the Bible as the book at what it is, it's a book of vast knowledge and how it can be applied to several different situations. The same story, but how you can apply it to your life to give you some profound clarity. How the crowd was following Jesus, but they got hungry. And so what did they say? They said, this is a desolate place and the day is now over. Send the crowds away, go into the villages and buy food for themselves. So they were thinking, they're like, hey, we're hungry. We need food. Let's go buy some. In my particular situation is, God, we need money. Maybe I need to do this to try to figure out a way to get some money or do that. And what God is saying is the same thing that Jesus said. It says, but Jesus said in verse 16, they need not go away. You give them something to eat. So it's basically saying you already have the solution to your problem. And for me, when he highlighted my skills, he's like, you already have skills that you're overlooking, or you may not felt like you had the confidence to do so at that time when you thought about it in the past. But you have what's needed in order to take care of your problem. And thus, what Jesus did was profound, because he not only took what they had, because it says, we only have 5 loaves here and 2 fish. And he said, bring them here to me. Now it says, then he ordered the crowds to sit down in the grass. He basically said, watch what I do. And taking the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, he looked up to the heaven and said a blessing. So he immediately prayed over what he's hoping to accomplish through what they currently have. And that's the same thing. I'm like, all right, God, you're highlighting this particular skill that I have. I'm going to pray that this idea is going to really bring about the results that we need in order to get things moving as well. At that point, then he broke the loaves and gave them to the disciples, and the disciples gave it to the crowds, and they all ate and were satisfied. For me, one thing I've realized is that I'm extremely good at selling. And a lot of people do agree that I speak in a way that is easily understood and it is teachable. One thing that went over my head was, okay, health insurance. I'm really good at it. I understand it very well. I understand how to sell. I understand how to position, face rejection. I know who to have on the phone calls, this, that. And when I used to work at Blue Cross, I helped people significantly to improve their strategy to secure a sale. I never really thought to teach it because, when you think sometimes on YouTube or other platforms and you see people teaching something, you feel like, well, they got like 8-9 years of experience. Maybe I need more time to make me qualify for people to take me serious. No. And what God was showing me is that your 3 years of experience in this field you have a vast amount of knowledge. You've experienced all different avenues of the field. You even know how to get the license for free in different states. You have a lot of knowledge that won't cost you anything to start up. And so all I did was place my skills into today's current technology, and it broke down exactly how I could easily exploit this skill that I already have, and it won't cost me anything but time and just teaching. Sometimes we have to realize that the solution to our problem is we already have it in our hands. We're just not thinking. And for people, ChatGPT is being used to turn people's lives around. And so when I put my skills into this, the crazy thing is I never thought to do it until God highlighted it yesterday. Like, other people are using today's technology to help them, but they're the product that's producing the results. So it's not like that AI is going to do the job for you. You can program certain things to do certain things, but in order to get things the way you really need it to and to get it started, you need to make sure that you're putting forth the work and the effort. I would have never thought to do this if God did not put me in this situation. If God did not allow what is currently happening. Ever since this situation, I have now started how to cook YouTube videos and putting my how to cook videos on all platforms. I don't know if I would have ever done that if he would have allowed that contract work to continue bringing in what it was bringing. Same thing. Utilizing skills that I already have. I would have never thought to think outside of the box, and you get to that place of desperation where you're like, this is what I have. What can I do to help myself? You're thinking that you need something more when really you just need to look within to see what you currently have. And I promise you, sometimes God's ways are not our ways. And it just keeps blowing my mind. I'm like, holy crap, I would have never thought to do this if I were not in this situation. And these are things, the food channel and things like that, those are long-term results that I understand is going to take a little time to build momentum. But believe it or not, it's already building momentum in a good way. If I would have never done it, I would have never known it. Same thing with this. It's like, hey, this cost me nothing to do. It's worth a try. And now I have a track list of ways that I can scale this thing and push it out there. Health insurance is a field that constantly updates in knowledge every single year because everything changes every year. So you have the ability to constantly keep adding to that and educating people and being able to advocate and say, hey, I get it. I done been through it. But let me help you so that way you can be better and make more money for your household or whatever your goal is. And that's the purpose of this video. Sometimes the solution to our problem is already right here in the palm of your hand, deep inside you. All you have to do is call on to God, pray, seek Him. At that point, He will show you your blind spots, your weak spots, where He's going to have you think outside the box in ways that you're like, you know what? I never even thought of that. I would have never thought of this. And that's just why God's act of obedience, His instruction, is very important. When you're hearing that still small voice tell you directly to whatever it's telling you, just be obedient because you won't understand the instruction. But the one thing I realize is that every time that I act in obedience, I'm like, thank God I listened, because I was highly considering selling my music equipment. And on another video, I said the same thing. I said Satan's trying to bargain with me to tell me to get rid of this channel. And I was like, well, God, we need some money. I could just sell the music equipment and get it back later. And I heard very quickly from the Holy Spirit, do not sell the equipment. Now, if I would have sold this, the software that you have to be able to speak into the microphone, I need that very equipment that I was getting ready to sell. I would have screwed myself, for a lack of better terms. I would have sabotaged myself. But thanks to God for directing us and giving us the wisdom and the knowledge and the clarity that we need so that way we can continue forward in faith, in a place of strength in your spirit, and just all knowing that God is really real and He is really with us, pushing us to a better life. And sometimes it's going to take frustration, a dismemberment of your life, things falling apart, whatever it takes to get you to, He's like, I know how to put you through the right amount of pressure to yield these results that you desire to have in your life. But you don't know how to bring that out of you. I know how to do it. And this is where prayer, faith, and just trusting God all comes to fore. So I hope this video has been a blessing. If you're going through it, think outside the box. Pray to God and just watch. You'd be surprised. You'd be like, holy, I never really thought of that. I've had these skills. I know how to do this. I know how to do this. And you'd be surprised at how valuable your knowledge is. The gift, your talents. You'd be surprised at how it could turn things around for you in just a short amount of time as well. Just a short amount of time. So again, definitely, if you found yourself in a situation where you realized that you had what you needed all along, definitely share it in the comments. People would love to hear about your testimonies and things of that nature, your walk with God. It'll definitely inspire those that choose to watch this video. It's definitely appreciated all together. So again, have a great day, and until next time.